See, I think what the government can do in the budget is basically, one, allocate whatever resources they can to help startups in terms of either incubation centers, etc. That's one. I think they should definitely have a better tax regime for angel investors, so that we can see more angel investors invest in very early stage startups, and also encourage foreign investors in very early stage companies. I think in terms of other enablers, they can make setting up companies and the regulatory issues that come with setting up companies, especially at the early stage, simpler for startups, so that a bulk of their time is not spent on regulatory compliances, etc. I think those are the two main things that I think they should try and do in the budget. See, I think Digital India is a very broad theme. Ultimately, it will matter when the government starts to put very concrete agenda items on the table. Infrastructure is clearly a space, digital infrastructure is clearly a space where the government should and could help. Whether that optical fiber network, as and when that gets laid, making sure that 4G comes as quickly as possible. Of course, private players are involved, but government can play an enabling role there. Third is, just try and in a way, try and stay out of the space as much as possible, except for things like infrastructure, where, if you look at the last 4 years, it's the digital infrastructure that's still lacking. Entrepreneurs have become really much better. There's a lot of risk capital out there, a lot of venture capital has come in, but it's infrastructure and tech that's still lacking. So I think that's where the government should focus. It's a great time. I think what they should expect is, one, to take risks. Second is to fail, right? Third is to fail quickly. They should plan to enter the startup world, try out different things, but try out different things very quickly, fail quickly, learn quickly, because ultimately it's that failure that leads to ultimately successful models. So if you look at every successful entrepreneur in India today, they have failed at their first, I would say even 2 or 3 companies of models before they've cracked it. So I think first generation entrepreneurs often fail to take the risk very easily, but even when they take the risk, sometimes they can take too long. So they should learn how to fail quickly and learn quickly. I run an early stage fund called India Internet Fund. We basically invest in very early stage tech startups. And so we really work with a lot of different startups, maybe 300, 400 startups a year. But more importantly, we also run a campus ambassadors program, which in fact we've talked to the government also about, where we have 1 or 2 ambassadors in about 20, 25 campuses across India. And these guys serve as eyes and ears for interesting startups that might be coming up there, but also talent that is interested in coming into the startup ecosystem. So we are an enabler for a lot of college kids to enter the startup ecosystem or get funded if they have startups of their own. And I also run a startup called Findable, which is basically a local home delivery startup where you can get products delivered from any of the markets in Delhi to your home within 3 hours. So I'm sort of an entrepreneur as well as an investor. A few incubators that have come up on campuses in India, but it's only the IIMs and the IITs of the world that have incubators. Today we need the medical schools, we need the design schools, architecture schools, all of these guys to really be coming with incubators, because ultimately all of these students have to contribute to the innovation or innovate in India theme that the finance minister has also come up with, and not just the IITs and the IIMs. So you have to have a much broader base of students who are getting into entrepreneurship, not just the IITs and the IIM graduates of the world.